Poynton in Cheshire, home to footballers' wives and 23-year-old Adele Maguire. Like her big bucks neighbours, she can't resist a shopping trip or a top-of-the-range outfit.
I just like buying new things. I just get such a buzz from it and it just makes me feel a lot more confident.
But there's no David Beckham to foot the bills and no Wayne Rooney to tackle the debts. Looking good and partying hard has landed Adele £26,000 in the red. Adele's credit cards are fit to burst, so Mum and Dad provide rent-free accommodation and a steady flow of cash.
She doesn't put anything in the pot, but at the end of the month she wants to take loads out of it.
Yes.
It does cause tension.
So while Adele piles on the little luxuries, Dad Terry piles on the hours.
It is a bit selfish, really, because I wouldn't need to work the overtime that I do need, because I start at 7, finish at 3, and then go back and work, say, from 7 till 10. And it's a long day.
With both her parents and her credit cards having reached their limits, Adele needs some expert attention. Psychological coach Mark Hopkins will dig out the root causes of her obsession with new clothes and clubbing.
But until you really take it seriously and really want to do it, nothing will change.
While lifestyle expert Jay Hunt will help Adele to economise and stamp out the blowouts.
You're the naughty child left at home ranting and railing about life's not fair, when a lot of people would be looking at you and going, oh my God, what have you got to moan about? You're so spoiled.
Basically because I just don't want to say my finances, because if I go to them I'll get a horrible sick feeling.
Before meeting Adele, psychological coach Mark Hopkins and lifestyle expert Jay Hunt want to know what's swept under the carpet and what's lurking under the mattress. They've borrowed the house keys to find out.
Right.
Ooh.
Okay, very clean. Immaculate.
Ooh, I feel like I ought to take my shoes off.
Yeah, I know.
What it's one of those houses. Oh, it's very much a sort of parent's home, isn't it?
Definitely.
Very neat and pristine, isn't it?
Everything has its own place.
Jay's looking for physical clues, while Mark's focusing on the psychological reasons for her addiction.
Ah, computer room. That can be a danger if you're an overspender.
Internet shopping.
I just always spend money. Most of it's on clothes or going on eBay. I got a bit addicted to eBay and started going on that quite a bit. I actually get a buzz of like bidding on something and like winning it. It's also a buzz as well, you know, waiting for it to be delivered in the post and like coming home from work and there's a parcel waiting for you and there's some clothes.
Look, this must be hers.
This looks
it's
like
girly,
Adele's room anyway.
It's like young girly. Hello, Adele's room. Look at this.
It's a princess's room.
Wow, princess. Oh my God, there's so much stuff. Look at it all. I mean, it's very neat.
Dior.
Little Dior sort of ring trinkety thing. I mean, sort of classic, you know, waste of money type thing, really, isn't it? I mean, she obviously
So you
likes
can't do
her
anything
sort
with
of,
these then?
you know, everything. Have you noticed she's like done a sort of designer label? It's like the Dior, Jean-Paul Gaultier. I mean, it's like she's sort of almost done it, set it up for us. It just sort of says everything.
It's kind of alive here, isn't it, on a dresser?
Yeah, absolutely. But look at this. I mean, it's weird because it's like adult girl dressing table.
It's like there's two people
And
almost
then
living in the same room, isn't there? You've got the cuddly toys up there, cuddly toys here, and then all the makeup and the perfumes.
I think it quite often happens to people when you still live at home, in that half of you is the adult who's out doing everything, and then the other half is the little girl who still lives here. And I think sometimes you, especially if you're in the family home, you revert to type.
To the outsider, she comes across as a very confident person, but she isn't. And I think she tends to buy things, and when she goes out, it's like a mask.
It's absolutely crammed with stuff. I can't even open this because of all the things on the dressing table. Down here, loads of black bags, stuff piled in here. What is that?
There's just
Just
loads
more
of clothes.
clothes.
And they've just been thrown in here and they go all the way to the back of the other side of the bed.
Jeans, how many pairs? 1, 2, 3.
Once I've worn it a couple of times, it's like, oh, I don't like that, and I pick faults with it, and oh, it makes me look fat, or it makes me look like this, and then if I go and get something new, it makes me feel better.
7, 8, not even worn, 9, That's 9 pairs.
Well, they're all very similar as well. You kind of like, you wouldn't use one for one occasion and one for another.
It's ridiculous. Oh, look.
Statements.
Statements.
Let's see what she's been spending on.
That's her NatWest card.
That's
Look at that balance, 1,586.
When I run out of money, I just go to my bank account and it's just run out of money. I don't tend to keep a check on it.
Cash machine. She does quite a lot of getting out cash.
River Island. Look at that.
River Island, Tesco. Yeah, it's like quite a lot all in one day.
Almost like she gets the urge that day and just has to go out and spend lots of money.
Right, we're taking all of these. Leave it, jeans, take these.
Bye, Mum. Bye, Mum. See you later.
Adele Maguire lives in the village of Poynton in Cheshire, where she earns £15,000 a year as a legal secretary. She lives with her parents and her younger brother, rent-free. Any money she earns goes on shopping and clubbing. When it comes to a big night out, image is everything. Taking taxis deep into Manchester, Adele and her posse head for their favourite clubs. No night's complete without Adele's usual tipple of chilled champagne.
We're quite happy going to a local and chilling out. It's Adele that wants to go out and drink and dance. If she's not out drinking, she's out shopping. And if she's not out shopping, she's on eBay.
We all take £20 out and she'll take 80. We spend 20 and she'll spend 80.
And she'll still go to the cash point halfway through the night to get more out.
I'm regretting this stuff.
If we go out on a Tuesday night, I'm the one that's driving and she's the one that's drinking 4 pints.
Vicky!
And when the adrenaline dies down, the panic flares up. And it's no surprise who carries the can.
I won't pay my bills and then I'll, go begging to them saying I've forgotten to pay my bills this month, is there any chance you can help me out?
She knows that if she goes to Terry will say no straight away, so she tends to come to me to sort of ask.
To smooth the water.
Smooth the way, yes.
They think I should be supporting myself now because I'm 23 and I should be at least paying rent as well, so I can see, I can understand where they're coming from, but I can't help it really.
To drill home the true scale of the problem, Mark and Jay invite Adele on a shopping trip with a twist.
Yeah, keep walking straight ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, we want to come with us. Because we thought we'd bring you to a new shop that's opened.
Oh my God.
Do you want to come inside?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Do you think there's anything in your size in here?
Do you think you might like it?
Great.
Let's see if there's some other things.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you've realised that every single thing in this shop has come from your extensive wardrobe.
It's like a whole shop.
Yeah, it is a whole shop.
Has someone actually tried to come in here earlier and buy something?
Oh God.
I know.
Well, I'm just asking, Dale, what is this?
I used to wear this when I went out clubbing. And
Which part of your body does that go on?
just around there, and it clips around the back. I think that was about £75 as well, and I've worn it once.
So you worn it once?
Yeah.
And sort of forgotten you had it?
Yeah. It's hideous.
All these sort of corset tops, like that one in the window, that nice corset top, you've got quite a few of those, haven't you?
Yeah, that's my favourite corset.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I saw it on a girl in Manchester. I asked her where she got it from and she said Kukai. So I went into work on the Monday, rang around every Kukai in England trying to find it. And then they had one in Chester, so I took the afternoon off work and drove down to Chester to buy it. And it was about £100 that as well.
So you were absolutely obsessed
Yeah,
with that?
I had to have it.
What would make you wake up in the morning and say, I need another black T-shirt when I've already got 5?
Probably the fit of it.
Right.
I don't know, a different fit, a different pattern on it.
Because on average, you've been spending £400 a month on clothes, which is £4,800 a year, which is a lot of money to be spending on stuff that half of it you don't really like.
Just be more picky.
Yeah, a lot more picky.
Back at Adele's house, Mark and Jay deliver a further surprise.
All you've got to do is stand here.
OK, boys.
Oh my God.
Here we go, over here. This is Adele. They're all for her. Yep, pile them up here. Well done. How many have you ordered? Here we go.
It's a lot of gifts.
That is quite a lot of gifts. What do you think all these packages represent?
eBay?
Oh, she got it! Now, you must be doing an awful lot of eBay shopping because there's quite a few piling up here. It is a bit weird, isn't it, when it's all lumped together in one thing and it's suddenly like, is this really how many packages I've had?
Right, Adele, so this represents all of your purchases on eBay over a year. So there's 156 parcels here. So on average, you might buy 3 parcels a week, £20 a time. So that goes up to £3,120 a year on purchase from eBay.
I am shocked because I didn't think I spent that much on eBay, you know, because it's £20 here, £20 there, and you don't take count really. But disappointed that I spent all that money on nothing really.
So the thrill really is that moment that you press the purchase button.
Yeah.
That's the thrill, and then it gets delivered and you can unwrap it.
I get excited about coming home and they're waiting for me.
Well, luckily we don't have to put all this away. So Adele, what we're going to do now is work out what your budget's going to be for the next 7 days, which is going to be your cold turkey budget. What you can really live on as a bare minimum. But before we do that, what we just wanted to ask you was how much you think you get through in an average week, because Mark and I know, because we've been going through your statements.
Probably 150 to 200.
Well, Adele, the actual amount is £400 in an average week, which looks like that when we spread it out.
Are you surprised by that?
I am actually, yeah. I thought it was only about 150, 200.
Now, given that you've been spending £400 a week, how much do you think is the absolute bare minimum you could spend for the next 7 days? And this is designed only for 7 days. It's not something that you're going to have to do for a long time. It's basically to take away every sort of luxury so that you can really focus on what you miss, where your money's going, and where you really want it to go. So what do you think is the minimum?
60. About 60.
I think we could bring it lower.
59.
I was thinking a bit lower than that.
What have you got to spend your money on next week for the next 7 days? No rent.
Yeah.
No food. No bills.
It's looking easy already, isn't
20
it?
quid, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you're right.
40.
40 quid.
40.
40.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the deal.
Okay.
Right.
And the other rule is you can't borrow any money from your mum or your dad for 7 days, okay?
Right,
That is cheap.
God, this is going to be so hard. I don't think I am going to be able to do it.
It's day 1 of cold turkey, and Adele is determined to tighten the belt by staying home for dinner.
I'm going to have beef steak and peppercorn sauce and a jacket potato, I think. Seeing as my brother's eating the pizza I was going to have.
Getting beaten to the cupboard by her brother leaves Adele gnawing at her fist.
Oh, that's a joke. I think I'm just going to give up and not bother eating. It's had the last of the jacket potatoes as well.
They're gone too.
There was 3 left last night because I had 1, so he's had 2 today, as well as pizza.
Why don't you do some pasta? Yeah, I got that tomato sauce for you. You could do that and have that with that.
Yeah, but there's no chicken or any meat, is there?
Use that chicken that we got in the fridge.
There you go.
I've already defrosted the steak now, though.
All right. What are you going to have then?
Nothing.
You're easy to feed, aren't you, eh? Everything comes in a packet for you, doesn't it? And you're grateful too, aren't you? Yes, you are.
I'm hungry and I just, you know, when you just get wound up really easy and you just feel like I need to scream. I want to move out, I want to have a house of my own.
Day 2 of cold turkey. And by taking a packed lunch to work, Adele has yet to eat into her budget.
Such a long day just being sat here, you know, so that's why I go out to the pub and I end up spending about £5–6 every day, you know, at the pub. And that's not including breakfast that I order in the morning. So it's nice to get out, but I suppose I'll just have to stay in and eat my sandwiches.
Since shopping's out of bounds, the boredom starts to smoulder.
I don't know, it's just the same thing every day. Get up, go to work, come back. Just feel sometimes like I'm in a bit of a rut.
Going cold turkey is hard to swallow. Psychological coach Mark Hopkins invites Adele to explore what's behind her constant urge to burn money.
Looking at all aspects of your life, how would you describe your life? What's the highlights of a typical week?
Probably going out shopping, going out with my friends, going out at the weekend.
What would happen to you if you stopped spending the money on clothes and going out? Because predominantly they're the two things that you spend your monthly outgoings on.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to stay in and not go out.
And what would that mean to you?
I'd hate it. I go out shopping and buy like new clothes all the time because it gives me more confidence.
What does it give you confidence in?
The way I look. I don't like people saying bad things about me or anything.
And do they?
No, not really.
How do you feel you look? Describe to me what you see.
Fat.
Right.
Just boring looking. I'll need to have a drink before I go out or something to feel confident.
Right. I would say you've got quite a negative view of yourself. I want you to think about a time when you've been and felt really confident.
You know, when I went down to Chester and bought that corset.
Of course,
so, yeah. And I went down and bought that, and then I went to a wedding that day and I felt confident in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't have a drink before I felt confident. I don't know, it sounds really stupid, doesn't it? You know, I felt confident in a top, but...
Using your appearance is kind of almost like a mask or something that will detract from the fact that you don't feel that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It means that you're spending an excessive amount of money to compensate.
I've actually, you know, sat down and realised how much debt I'm in, and it's shocked me, really. Because now I can't even get like any more credit or anything, so net debt, it's got to the point where I can't go any further.
It's not you, then, who's really
No.
kind of decided that this is enough. It's the fact that you can't get any more money that's made you realise that this is an issue now.
Just hate it, but I don't know why I keep doing it.
Mark believes that Adele's financial incompetence has wider implications for the family household.
Just talk to me a bit about your mum and dad.
I get on with my mum, but I don't really get on that well with my dad. We're always arguing and...
What do you argue over?
Money, just anything really.
You overspending, basically.
Yeah, and then as the month gets on and I need to borrow money, it's just horrible. Gets to the point where sometimes I don't want to go home.
Why do you choose to let that happen every month?
I feel guilty asking them for it, but I don't know why I let it happen. I shouldn't let it happen, and I know I shouldn't be letting it happen, but it's happening. I sound like a spoiled brat.
Do you think you are?
Probably, yeah.
I think one of Adele's biggest issues is confidence. I think it'd be a good idea to speak to her parents about her upbringing to see if they can shed any more light on the situation. The other thing I really want to investigate is what conflict does money cause in the home?
I've spent £6 on petrol and I've just been to the pub, had a couple of drinks, and it's only cost me £4, so I spent a quarter of my budget. And it's a Thursday night, so tomorrow's going to be Friday. So I'll probably end up blowing my whole budget tomorrow night going out, but I'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to control myself.
It's Friday night and the highlight of Adele's week, but the £40 allowance is really starting to hurt.
Yeah, I'm drinking out of this champagne glass because it's making my £3 bottle of wine seem a bit posher. It still tastes bad, but it looks a bit better in a champagne flute, doesn't it, really?
Roping in her dad for taxi service means more money pinching.
Are you sure I look okay? I don't look fat.
Oh, you look fine, Adele.
You can just carry on, sort of. Straight down here.
Do you want to turn in here as well?
No. Straight on. See you later. Bye.
Tonight, Adele shunned the mega clubs of Manchester in favour of a quiet drink with friends.
I bought it off eBay a couple of weeks ago and I've not worn it.
How much you got left for the weekend?
Well, I've spent bought 2 bottles of wine today for £6 from the shop. £6 on petrol yesterday. Went out last night and only spent £3. So I've got like 10 for tonight and 15 for tomorrow.
You shouldn't go out tomorrow night. Do you have anything left?
I'm not staying in on a Saturday night.
I'm staying in tomorrow night.
You've got a boyfriend to stay in with though.
He's working tomorrow.
I've been sat in with my mum and my dog.
As the cash runs dry, Adele's mates keep her lubricated.
We're just buying Adele a drink. She's on a budget and she's run out.
Who's bought you that, Adele? My mates have bought me a couple of pints tonight, yeah. After my £3 bottle of wine, so yes. I'm quite merry at the moment.
The next morning, Adele can't wait to flee the house.
I'm going to go and get in the shower and get ready and go to the pub.
So how much money have you got left then?
I took out £13 last night and I've got £5.50 something.
Left?
Yeah,
£5?
yeah.
So how are you going to manage tonight?
And I left £10 upstairs.
But what about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
Not important. I don't spend money on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday anyway. Right, let's go and get ready.
At times I just wanted to realise the value of money, but I can't seem to get that through to her.
I think if I was to have a weekend in, I'd probably spend the whole weekend depressed, thinking that, like, you know, everybody else is going out and I'm stuck in. My whole week is like a build up to the weekend, you know, to go out and stuff. So I think I just have to stay in my room and just sleep.
That night, cold turkey tastes bitter. With only £15 left in the kitty, Adele resorts to a night in with her parents. But things don't stay cosy for long.
I couldn't really go out with, like, say, £10, £15, so I decided just to stay in, have a few drinks, and my nana and granddad came round and my cousin. But it ended up in a massive argument with my parents last night, so that'll be the last time I stay in ever again.
While Adele attempts to make a dent in her debt, Mark investigates the source of her financial tidal wave by chatting with her parents, Terry and Karen.
A recurring theme that really came through was about lack of confidence in herself.
Yes,
And it's clearly that's something you're aware of.
Even if she goes out on a Friday or a Saturday now, the amount of reassurance that we have to give her before she goes out of the door, and she keeps saying, "You sure I look all right? You sure I look all right? I don't look like this. I look fat in this." And I dread it on a Friday and Saturday night.
If you say the least wrong thing, then I'm not going out. No, it's all your fault.
She will get angry and annoyed and say she won't go out and it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yes. You've got to be very careful what you say, just to make sure she goes out and she goes at a happy frame of mind.
So do you feel like you're walking on eggshells sometimes then?
Yeah, oh, yes.
From the way you describe it, the slightest wrong thing, and you know that you could get a tantrum. I'm going to ask you, how bearable do you find it living in the house with Adele then, given the way you kind of described things?
Well, times you want to immigrate. Staying here or going to Iraq, I think we'd go for Iraq.
Does it feel that bad?
Sometimes, at times it does.
yeah.
You just feel, you know, what's the point of carrying on like this? Because no matter what you do for it, everything you do isn't enough.
From the way she described things from when we talked the other day, I think a picture that she tended to paint was actually a lot of it was you, Terry, and she felt that you were being unreasonable and overly assertive with her. How do you feel about that? What's your perspective?
Well, I'd say the same about her. She's being unreasonable because she.
Very much.
No, she earns good money, and I don't see why I should fund a lifestyle.
But she still knows that you will do, doesn't she?
Yes, because we love her. Everything else is fine with her because she's a great girl.
Do you think she knows that you think she's a great girl?
Well, she should do now, because a lot of parents wouldn't have put up with what she's put us through. They just say, well, sort it out yourself, but we've tried to help her.
Do you think there's any other reasons why she could kind of feel frustration in the household?
Possibly her brother. She feels that Daniel gets all the attention, or got all the attention when he was little.
And why do you think she thinks that?
I don't really know. I mean, there was a time when he was about 4 or 5 that he needed extra tuition because he had speech and
that's like dyslexia as well, too,
yeah,
didn't he?
and he needed a lot of coaching after school.
We thought we treated them both the same.
I think she sees it differently.
She sees it differently.
I think she sees that Daniel got all the praise and the attention, and that she didn't get any of that, and she felt that she perhaps should have done. And whether it's positive or negative, so even the arguments with you, Terry, they're unpleasant, and she doesn't enjoy them, and I'm sure you don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
Well, all
But
she needs to do
keeps her
is
attention.
but all she needs to do is to stop them. Is just save a bit of money and put it to one side and stop coming to me for
But I think that's an interesting point, because if she stops overspending, the arguments stop,
Yes.
and the attention stops.
Ah.
So in order to help Adele change, I think the two of you are probably going to have to change some of your behaviours, if I'm honest with you as well, and not give in. Because I think as long as Adele knows that if she shouts loud enough, she'll get that money, then she will continue to do so.
7 days ago, Adele Maguire was blowing £400 a week on clothes, beauty and clubbing. It's been tough, but by staying in the house and staying out of shopping malls, has Adele managed to scrape by on £40 a week?
Didn't go shopping or buy anything new or go out for lunch. I'm still taking my lunches to work. So today I spent £6 on petrol again, so that took me up to my £40. So I've still got an hour to go with cold turkey, but I've managed it, so yeah, I'm quite proud of myself.
Having clawed her way through cold turkey, Adele is going to need a more realistic budget for the future. Jay's back to offer some suggestions.
So Adele, I've got your new budget here. Now, shoes and clothes. At the moment, you've been spending £250 a month, and we've knocked that back to 60,
Right.
which is quite a big cutback, but we think realistic, because it's stupid us just saying it's gone from £250 to zero.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of this is giving you something that you can work with. There's no point in us coming up with something, giving it to you, and you going, oh, OK, and then when we've gone, just thinking, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. Now, at the moment, we've got £30 in for hair, and we've got £30 in every month for nails, and we have put those to naught.
Right.
But I did find out that you've done this beautician's course, so I thought, well, maybe it might be easier for you to cut down on nails and do your own, and you'd rather have the money in the clothing budget.
Right.
So it's almost like robbing Peter to pay Paul and giving you some areas that are better than others. The other area where we really have cut back is eBay.
Yeah.
What we wondered was, rather than you being an eBay buyer, whether we might try a bit of an experiment and get you as an eBay seller.
Right.
One of the big differences is food and drink. We've added in that you spend £160. Is that going to be something that you think?
Yeah, that sounds quite reasonable, yeah.
OK, first one down. And the only other thing we've added in is rent, which is not very much.
Yeah.
We've put it in at £50 a month. We just thought it might help you because, you know, obviously there are frictions with you and your parents. What do you think?
I think it would. I think they'd get off my back a bit if I started paying rent and started buying my own food as well. So.
Now, when we've added all of these up, it comes exactly to £1,029.86, which is your monthly salary.
£60 on shoes and clothes, that is going to be really, really difficult. That's like 2 tops, not even 2 tops, maybe 1 top or a pair of trousers.
The new budget means Adele can make regular debt repayments without sacrificing her freedom. Having discovered that Adele trained as a beautician, Jay suggests another way to line her pockets.
Now, come with me, Adele. Come in. It's not scary, honestly, because I'm going to introduce you to Nicola Hordley here. This is Adele.
Yeah, fine.
Now, the reason I've brought you here is that Nicola here does hair and beauty and runs her own business, don't you? Which you've been running for, what, 2 years?
2 years now, yeah.
And what's the bulk of your work?
It's mainly a lot of wedding work.
So that's really why I wanted to introduce you, because Nicola is looking for somebody who can help her out. And I just wondered if you would be interested in sort of doing that.
Gosh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
To prove she's got the necessary skills, Adele does a little demonstration.
I think last time I did this was probably about 4 or 5 years ago at college.
Is it coming back to you, Adele?
A bit.
You look quite confident though, the way you're picking up the brushes and mixing things and everything else.
That's actually looking now. No, it's looking better. Now you're blending it.
It's a bit heavy, isn't it?
No, that's fine. You've actually done fine with that, yeah. Fabulous. I like it. I think it looks nice.
Jay hopes that getting Adele part-time work as a makeup assistant will be rewarding both mentally and financially.
I think it's mad not to choose something that you really enjoy to earn some extra income.
So yeah, if Adele puts the practice in, I'd like her to come and help me.
Saturdays working instead of shopping.
Yeah, you see. Perfect.
No, I'm keeping that. I've got rid of them trousers.
With money of the essence, Jay has advised Adele to sort through her clothes and sell them on the internet. Best mate Becky makes sure she doesn't wimp out.
What was that you've just thrown on there?
Just a white plain top. You're not going to wear it.
You're not even looking, are you?
You're not going to wear that? Are you going to wear it?
No.
Right, well then. They're Morgan trousers and they're about 5 years old because I've got the same pair. You don't wear them
they're
anymore.
my favourite ones. I love these.
But you don't wear them. I haven't worn mine for years and you haven't worn yours for years
Exactly,
either.
you've still got yours, so why can't I keep wearing?
Because you're doing a clear out and I'm not and you need the money and I don't.
You're a bitch.
Do you wear them? No.
I like them though.
But you haven't worn them for years and you're not going to wear them again. Are you?
I wear that round the house when my dad tells me I can't have the heating on.
Oh, there you go. Might help if I turn it on. Look beautiful.
Whatever.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
I just hope that she doesn't throw a load of things out and then go out and replace it and buy it.
What are you saying now?
I don't want you to go out and replace everything that you've just got rid of.
The results arrive at the click of a mouse.
I've got 3 people. Oh, it's gone up. We're getting there. So I managed to sell 6 things on eBay and made £70 out of that. But yeah, managed to make quite a bit, so I might have to stick some more stuff on eBay.
With some cash in hand, it'll take a real effort to stop it slipping through her fingers.
It's so hard having the money there, knowing that it's there and not being able to go to the shops and buy the top that I want. Or it's just horrible. I'm just itching to go out shopping and I just can't.
Adele's overspending is a constant thorn in her relationship with her dad. Mark devises a plan to bring them closer together.
What we've come here to do today is some blind driving with a catch, okay? So this is really about putting you in a stressful situation, which you might be at home when you're talking about overspending, and really about building a bond between the two of you and getting to a stage where you can trust each other and kind of believe what each other are saying.
Adele and Terry are not easily persuaded.
Why don't you be driving wearing this?
I'm not wearing them.
I know they're not Gucci, but that's not the point, okay? The person who isn't driving will need to let the driver know how to get around the course. But the catch is that they are not allowed to talk to that person. So you are going to have to work out between the pair of you a way of communicating with one another so that you can get around this course safely.
Do you know you're right and you're left, don't you?
No.
Yeah. Going right, take me on the right. Going left, take me on the left. If you want me to stop, hit me on the back. If you want to go forward, cough.
No, I don't want to cough.
Once on the back to stop.
I'll smack you on your head to tell you to stop.
A rough and ready track seems the perfect place to heal a rocky relationship.
When you talk to her about things, yeah, it was all right, I'm not sure, you know, and I just really want her to throw herself into it, and I just don't really feel like she's thrown herself into it at the minute.
It's Adele's turn to take the wheel and follow Dad's instructions.
What? This is horrible. Really annoying me, it's a lot less scary with the glasses on.
Glasses on?
Yeah.
It is, yes.
Mark's plan appears to have thrown up more than muddy soil.
I saw you smiling as you were coming back.
I
there.
wasn't
So you
smiling.
Yeah, I saw
wasn't
you
smiling.
smiling, Adele, as you came back. I saw you. You look like you were enjoying that.
It's a smile of fear.
Oh, is that right?
That's a new one.
Are you glad you've done it?
Yeah, I've never done anything like it before. It was really good.
I fancy one of them cars now.
Oh no, more debt.
My hope is that this exercise has done something to build some of those bridges again between Adele and her dad. I don't think it's gone all the way to kind of resolving all of their issues by any means, but I think it's a starting point where now they've got something special that they can talk about and refer to and look back on together, which I don't think they've really had before this. So I'm really hoping that this is kind of the start of when things are going to move forward for them.
Adele's new budget caters for food, so Mum's no longer obliged to do her shopping.
Normally, when I go shopping, I usually buy enough food for everybody. Adele's idea of a food shop is sending me an email and asking me to get it on the way home from work. So unless Selfridges start doing food, I don't know what she's going to do.
Jay's encouraging Adele to stand on her own 2 feet, although she starts with her stomach.
Have you ever been food shopping, seriously, for yourself?
I've bought like pizza from Tesco's for myself and stuff.
But never sort of done
No.
like a shopping for the week and stuff like that?
No, definitely
Okay.
not.
Well, it does make a change from a supermarket, and they are really...
Jay's brought Adele to a farmer's market to prove that buying food can be as fun as buying corsets and just as satisfying.
A huge vegetable and fruit stall. They're going to be organic potatoes.
And you have to clean them yourself.
You do have to clean them, but I think it's worth a punt. Carrots, bit dirty, I know. But the thing is, again, they are going to be cheaper because you've got to put a bit of an effort in. But rather than thinking, oh, it's boring, I think what we need to do with you is give you trade-offs. So it's like, one, it's fantastic food and it's cheaper and it's a fun way to shop. But saving money means a bit extra you can spend where you really want to.
Right.
Let's grab those.
Okay.
I'm going to make you do one thing that's adventurous. So we could either choose the Brussels or like the purple sprouting broccoli.
Oh, I don't like the look of that.
Don't like the or that, which is a sort of cross between a cauliflower. Is that too much?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Brussels. Okay. I'll carry this for you. Let's go and look at cheese
Okay.
via biscuits.
Yeah.
Oh look, here's some sort of sausages, chicken pieces. How would you feel about cooking a whole chicken though?
Yeah, I could cook a whole one and then stick the chicken on my sandwiches for
Yeah,
lunch.
that's a good idea.
And you'll easily get 4 meals off that.
Don't get that at Tesco.
Thanks, yeah.
Have you got everything?
Yeah, everything.
I tell you what, we've got quite a good selection here.
I know, yeah. Had to go quite a lot.
I didn't expect when we first started that we'd be coming out with quite so much.
I didn't.
What I was going to say to you was, for your homework, do you think you could manage to cook a meal from what we've bought here today?
Yeah. I'll make a Sunday roast or
Oh,
something.
good woman, Adele. I'm going to be coming round for that, definitely.
This is the finished product of my cooking. My cousin's going to try some, aren't you, Jonathan?
Unfortunately, yes.
What do you think?
It's kind of hard, but it's really nice. I think you've done really well for cooking, so well done.
Are you sure? Yeah. Are you going to be having some?
Maybe, I might give it a miss.
You cheeky git.
You get the passports?
Yes.
Confident that home life is shaping up, Terry and Karen slip away for a week's holiday.
Behave yourself. Okay, love. Take care. Miss you. Any problems? Call Nana. Yeah?
Well, will you switch your mobile on once in a while, please?
Yes, I will do it down.
Thank you.
While the new budget includes food and rent, Adele's basic needs are rather different, as shown by her first grocery shop.
Right, I've just been to Tesco's and I've just done a bit of cheapo shopping. I bought myself a highlighting kit because having my hair done's not in the budget. I bought some fake tan, bought some moisturiser to mix with it, yeah. And I got some wine, just £3.29, and some mascara because mine's run out. So that was my shop. This is my food cupboard. I've got lots of super noodles in here, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 packets of super noodles in there, so I might just have to live off them. They're very nice. My dad bought the pot noodles last week sometime. For me though. So, just as a fallback.
With Dad's bottomless pockets, Adele's reluctant to pay for essentials.
I don't know, it's just having to spend money on food thing and like pay rent, so that's like nearly a quarter of my wage just gone on nothing. I just think food seems like such a waste of money. And if I'm paying my parents' rent, then that should cover the food, really.
Despite the new budget, Adele still hasn't bought any food or paid her rent. Jay decides it's time for a little chat about the facts of life.
What I wanted to do today, if it's all right with you, I did bring along a little Vox Pop stick because I just wanted us to just have a chat with some other people, young people like you, and just find out from them how much rent money they pay every week, because I just think it would be interesting for you, being so reluctant with the £50, to get a perspective on what everybody else is having to shell out in the real world, not in Adele world.
Yeah, okay.
Are you up for that?
Yeah.
All right, let's go and find some. Hiya, guys.
Hey, right.
Do you mind if we ask you a question?
No problem.
And I just want, do you pay rent or do you have a mortgage?
Well, at the moment I'm paying rent at the moment.
And how
paid
much
about,
rent do you pay?
About £70.
Okay,
Yeah.
see? Do you pay rent or do you have a mortgage?
I pay rent, £63 a week, plus
Right.
council tax every month, shopping bills.
It's annoying, but you have to do it.
Because that's what we've been saying to
Right.
Adele, is that thing of getting used to paying rent.
Right.
It is always something else that you could be spending that money on. And how much do you pay a week?
It's 230 a month.
Right, okay.
I think living cost me about £500 a month.
Really? So it's over £100 a week, really, when you add it all
Yeah,
up?
definitely. It's about 125 a week just to live.
And is that a large percentage of your salary?
I would say
on
that's
that?
a fairly hefty chunk, yeah.
It's
Definitely.
quite a lot. So Adele here's been living at home with her parents and she hasn't paid any rent up till now.
Okay.
And what she's going to do from now on is start paying £50 a month.
A whopping 50.
Do you think she's on quite a good deal?
I think that's an immense deal, to be honest, yeah.
You don't pay anything, I'm shocked with that. What are you going to do when your mum and dad aren't about?
What advice would you give to her?
Pay for it yourself.
That's very strict. That's you told.
I felt a bit like stupid because I knew that I knew people were going to say that it was more.
She obviously knows that people pay rent, that people pay more than her because all her friends do. And she is the odd one out within that group. But what I wanted to do today was to actually get her to hear other people saying, I pay £100 a week, I pay £350 a month. I am paying what is the going rate at a young age to live an independent lifestyle, and I don't live like a spoilt brat off somebody else. So that's what I really wanted her to take from today, was that she is the odd one out.
There was some reluctance, but like, after today I've just realised that well, £50 isn't a lot, and you know I can part with that really. So.
As the truth begins to hit home, Adele takes up the offer of part-time work with Nicola.
Hello! Hello. Are you okay? Yeah. Hi, this is Adele.
Hi.
She's going to be helping me.
First now, wasn't before.
By spending Saturday morning applying makeup instead of scouring the shops, Adele can make a £50 profit instead of her usual £60 loss.
I want it to look punk rockish.
Oh, that's lovely, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Happy?
Yeah, great that, thank you.
Okay.
Good. I can breathe now.
Okay. So have a nice day.
Enjoy your day.
Good luck. See ya, bye. Need to put lip gloss on, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
No problem. Bye.
With cash burning a hole in her pocket, temptation is just round the corner. That weekend, Adele crashes back to earth, spending £200 at the Creamfields Dance Festival. The blowout has disastrous consequences. Her weekly wage has been swallowed in just one weekend. With 2 weeks till payday, Adele can't meet her debt repayments. As Mum and Dad arrive back from holiday, Adele wants more than a postcard.
So how much money have you got? You've got to pay these bills tomorrow, so how much money have you got in your bank account?
170.
So you've got £170 in your account now?
Yeah.
How much is the bill?
225.
And that leaves you with nothing for the rest of the month.
But you knew that on the 15th of the month. You knew you've got to pay it every month. It's not as though it's just come out of the blue. You know for a year that you're going to Creamfields. It doesn't make sense. If you know you've got a bill to pay, you put the money to one side, you don't spend it.
I know.
It's quite straightforward. It's not hard.
Not rocket science.
It seems the Maguire family is right back to square one.
It's not just the exception, it's regular and it's got to stop.
I know, but most of all I want the arguments to stop because I hate...
Well, why do you think the arguments are there? Because you're always asking us for money and you're never giving anything and you're not contributing to anything, and it feels to us like you're treating this place like a hotel. And you just come in and you sleep and you rummage through the cupboards, criticise there's nothing there, or you get something to eat and you don't do anything apart from that, do you? And you're going out, enjoying yourself on our money when we're sat in. You'd be cross, wouldn't you? You'd think it would be unfair.
This is your last chance to get things sorted out.
Okay.
The next day, Terry caves in to Adele's demands.
She knew what she had to do, and it was a feeble excuse to say that I hadn't made the payments because I didn't have a direct debit. I went to the post office today and paid it, and it took a minute to do. So I can't see why she couldn't have done it. There's not much you can do, though. What can you do to a 23-year-old? She's an adult. You can't stop her. You can't force her to stay in, can you?
Mark's afraid that Terry is perpetuating Adele's reliance on her parents. Time to roll up his sleeves and carry out emergency repairs.
I went to Creamfields and I've been looking forward to that like all year, and so I didn't really want to have to go and be like, oh well, I can't afford that drink or something. So that's why I spent quite a bit at Creamfields, because I just thought I'd go and let my hair down.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess what happens every other time you want to go out and let your hair down? It's kind of the same. That will be the same argument every time. What's your rationale for spending at Creamfields when obviously you've got all these other debts?
I wasn't thinking about my debts, to be honest. I thought, I don't know, I'll try and block them out in a way. It's just like wasted money, do you know what I mean? And like I'm making this payment each month and I've got nothing to show for it at all. And I think I just thought, well, you know. What I'm reading just from that little comment is that I'm so in debt that whatever I do won't make a difference. It's going to take me ages to pay off my bills, and then it's going to take 5 years after that for my credit rating to go back to normal. You know, it's just... So you're going to give up then? No, I'm not going to give up. I'm still going to pay my bills, but it's just can't see any light at the end of the tunnel, really. Well, the light is a long way off. You know, let's be realistic. The light is a long way off, yeah. You know, there are a number of things which we talked about which you can do, which will make a big difference to how you feel about yourself and your debt. But until you really take it seriously and really want to do it, nothing will change. I want to believe I can change, but it's just going to be really, really hard. Because to now, at the end, I've always known that if I go out and spend the money, I've got my parents to back me up at the end of the month. I actually think, as well as Adele changing, I actually really want Karen and Terry, I want you to change as well. I think there are a couple of things which you need to do as well. Yeah. So can I get commitment from you, Terry, and you, Karen, that you will not give Adele any more money? Yes. And I don't just mean paying off credit bill. I mean even like, you know, £50 to buy food for the month. No. Because it has to stop now.
It is stopping now.
Fine. The other thing you're also doing, whether you realise it or not, is saying, Adele, by bailing Adele out, is saying, Adele, You can't do this on your own. You need our help.
I think I've just got so used to it, you know, being able to rely on you.
This is really tough for you. You know, it's changing a lot of behaviours. It's changing kind of the way you think about... It's actually changing the way you think about your mum and dad. So, Terry and Karen, what we talked about last time we were here was about putting a contract together. A contract around spending and how that will work in this house.
Once we've set this contract up, we know what the ground rules are and we're going to stick to them.
I'm going to stick by Terry and we're not going to give her anything, even though I know that she maybe doesn't quite believe that, but no.
How are you feeling about all of this, Adele?
Now that they've said no, you know, I do think they will stick by it.
I'm not convinced that Adele's got the emotional drive to stop borrowing money either from her parents or from wherever else she can get it. I think her debt is too depressing, and it's not surprising that she's seeking out escapism at this point. Unless there are consequences, she won't change. But on a positive note, I think that everyone's prepared to put external measures in place to make sure that her debt payments are made and that she'll stop borrowing money from her parents.
To cut out further temptation, Adele seeks help from the family's financial advisor. Together, they set up standing orders for all her debt repayments.
What day of the month do you get paid?
The 15th.
It's the 15th every month, is it?
Yeah.
We're going to take this out on the 16th.
Fine.
Okay. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't have a chance to spend it.
That was the idea. Well spotted.
Is it just there?
Yeah.
In fact, all of Adele's life is going down on paper. On Mark's suggestion, the Maguires draft an agreement that bans all talk of money spending or lending in the household. As a goodwill gesture to her parents, Adele cooks dinner.
Right, I'm cooking chicken madras for my parents tonight as a nice sort of meal. So hopefully they'll like it. I've got plastic bags on my hands because I don't like touching chicken. I don't like touching meat or anything. I'll eat it, but I just don't like touching it. I know it's it's a weird thing, but...
We're watching, Adele. And Pepsi wants some too.
Pepsi will eat chicken madras as well, even though it's really spicy.
Are you going to make it hot?
Do you want me to make it really hot?
Fairly hot.
I've got some curry powder.
Oh no,
chili
no,
powder.
not like last time. That was a bit too hot.
Dad?
Yeah?
Can you come here and open this champagne for me, please?
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks.
This for us?
Yeah. Not, don't head it near me.
No, not there, Ross.
That's really?
Okay.
Daddy's going to spill. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, well done.
Before serving up, Adele gives her parents something to toast. The champagne may be budget, but her next gesture is priceless.
Right, OK, while I'm here as well, I'll give you my rent. I'll pay you my rent and stuff, so... And the 50 towards paying what I borrowed off you last month. So there's 120 there.
Thank you.
OK.
I think I need a drink.
It's something a bit stronger, though.
Cheers, thanks, Adele.
Thank you very much, Adele.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
It's all right.
That's really nice, Adele.
Chicken's lovely.
Bit hot, but nice.
God, it is hot.
It's a month since Adele embarked on the road to financial and emotional stability. Jay and Mark are making one last visit to Poynton to see how far she's come.
Hello,
How are you? Fine, how are you?
Some flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Are you pleased you did it or not at the end?
Yes, I am actually pleased because it's made me think twice before I actually spend money. And when I'm spending money, I feel guilty.
But I think also, you know, it's like the start of something.
Mhm.
And I think you've sort of got used to habits that have become ingrained, and it's almost unrealistic to expect that everything's going to be really easy straight away. But I think what's happened is that you've been really honest and really open about thinking, these are my danger areas, this is where I can work, this is where I can compromise, and then leave the rest. And I think you've been very open with us
Yeah.
about dealing with all of that.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have worked if I hadn't been open.
What you've got now is really solid foundations for moving on. So you're quite clear about what the boundaries are now.
Yes.
And I think now it's going to be really interesting to make sure that those foundations that have been built are kind of built further on as we go into the next few months. I think that's going to be the tough time, next couple of months.
Yes.
But once you've got through that, I think you'll finally be plain sailing after that. I really, truly believe that.
So if Mark and I came back in 6 months, what would we find?
Probably a happier household. Maybe have a second job.
And you don't feel a need to have to go out now then, presumably, and spend money.
Yeah.
It's been a lot better now that we've got boundaries
Yeah.
and we've got a concrete sort of contract and everything. It is going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard, but it will be easier in the long run.
And quieter for you, is it, Terry?
I like quieter now because it's improved Adele's behaviour, but it's also improved my behaviour as well. So I've got boundaries to stick to
And
as
you
well.
actually have other conversations, don't you, apart from money?
Yes.
Which is quite good.
It's a lot better, yes.
I think this experience has been, I've learned a lot from it because I've started paying rent at home, and being at home, it's happier, a lot happier at home. So I'm glad I did it in a way. So, but it's been hard work. It's really hard work.
Click on screen for more videos of Extraordinary Humans.